Alright, so here is the assembly of the 6-inch PVC pipe ultimate deer feeder. I really don't have a name for it, so I know it keeps changing, but that's what we'll go with. So I have the rest of the pipe that I purchased at the hardware store. As you can see, it's the green sewage pipe, and I cut it in half. Well, I started off by first cutting off the end of it, and this is the tapered end. So if you had another piece, you could slide it right into there. You can see the taper there. So I cut that off, so I had basically just one diameter pipe the whole way around. And then you can see the other side here. It's the male end of the taper. So I started off by cutting that off. Then I measured half the pipe out. And I could have measured 6 inches, but instead of 6 inches, I measured 2, because the distance from here to here is roughly 3 inches. And I wanted a tight fit of the joints. So when we take this, we have a tight fit here instead of a gap. And I couldn't get an exact fit. I knew that from the start, so I just went ahead and I measured 4 inches. So I have a 4-inch sleeve here. I cut 2 4-inch sleeves, and it'll fit in to the pipe fittings like this. So if you can look in here and see, there's a gap in between. And that gap will serve 2 purposes whenever it's all assembled. One will be water collection, because I expect water to get into it, and I don't want it to collect in the bottom, and I'll show you the steps for fixing the T at the bottom. But small amounts of water I didn't want collecting in there, in the bottom of it, so I can take a drill bit and I can drill a hole right in the bottom of the elbow, and that'll let the water drain out, and it'll give it another access point to drain out of there. And the second is to give something for the corn when it comes down to rest on, because it'll just start piling up and piling up. And you'll see whenever we put corn in here, the corn will fly out of here a little bit when you first start putting it in, because it's got so much speed behind it. So basically it just gives it a little lip to start collecting on, and from there we'll have two spots where we'll have to drill holes. So I can put this in here, and so I'll have to drill a spot here, the one I showed you right here, and then I'll show you the main drain for the vertical tube right in there, and I'll show you how to do that. But as you can see, these are the thinner unions and joints. I made the mistake of buying the $10 cap last time, and this is the cheaper cap. But the nice thing about this cap is it's got these circles. I think it's like a produce date or production date, and then a little label. So it'll be a good place to drill my holes, so they're not all lopsided. And the only problem with that is that it's a tight fit. So I'm going to have to sand this down in here, and I'm going to have to sand the top down in there. So right now I have the T glued on with some PVC cement. I don't feel the need to put the primer on it. It's just an extra step. All I did was sand it up, both sides up, and glued it on there. So I'll show you the next step. The next step will probably just be gluing the elbows on, and then I'll show you all my drainage holes from there.